Hey girls, let's do the act. Sorry, I'm outside my grandparents' house, child. A journey, my great-grandparents. Anywho, so it begins. This is episode 4. It begins in 2015. We see Gyp putting on fishnets and a rainbow wig. Those two don't really go together, in my humble opinion, but if you say so, if you say so. There's a whole lot of daddy kings and cam shows. Just a whole lot of stuff, girl. A whole lot of something is going on. We see, what's his name? Nicholas looking away, like he's looking down at his penis. And Gyp is like, hey, remember we talked about eye contact? And I'm just like, ugh, this is gross. It's gross. It's like, I feel like Gypsy's my little sister. This sex stuff, no thank you. At some point Nicholas says, we've been dating for 2 years and we haven't had any, physical we haven't been able to touch each other in real life. And it just dawns on Gypsy, just straight from the sky into her head, just bloop. What if we meet? And I'm just like, wow, it took you 2 years. 2 years to come up with what if we meet. Okay, all right. And Nicholas is like, oh my God, you're so smart. I'm like, oh, y'all, the two of y'all. My God, today. So they're going to come up with a plan to meet. Gypsy wants to go to the zoo. And she's like, let's take a trip, Mom. Let's go somewhere. And Dee Dee's like, oh, well, I guess we can go to the doctor and change your feeding tube. I'm like, that's your idea of fun, Dee Dee? That's a trip. We gonna have a good time. Let's go change this feeding tube. She's sick. Mentally, she's not well. And Gyp is like, let's go to the zoo. We can see those monkeys with the red behinds you like so much, and blah blah blah. And Dee Dee's like, girl, either we go to the doctor or we not. What about this don't you understand? What about this do you not understand? Either the doctor or we're not going on a trip. Answer me, Gyp. Like, she's like, what's wrong with you, Gypsy? Don't say that. She's like, answer me, Gypsy Rose. I'm like, girl, she just wanted to take you to the zoo. Like, that's it. She wanted you to see the baboons. That's all. We swoop over to Big Bend, Wisconsin, and Nicholas has found a rock. I said, oh, good for you, Nicholas. A rock. He picks up the rock and he walks on over to his new job at the pizza place. He's terrible at it. He can't get the pizzas in the oven. He can put the pizzas together, but putting the together pizzas in the oven, you lose him. He cannot do it. So they demote him or reposition him to be the guy that wears the little sign and stands on the side of the road and it's like, Peddler's Pizza, we deliver. I'm just like, okay. All right, Nicholas. Okay. We get this sex-ish scene, another scene of like masturbation, child. It's gross. It's like looking at your kid sister. I have a kid sister and I don't want to know what she may be doing. I don't want her to know what I may be doing. We keep that separate. I never. I'm gonna say it every episode. I never. They're doing the virtual sex, honey. Gypsy's wig was laid. Okay, she had on this red, the Jean Grey wig that she got from Scott. And I'm like, what happened to Scott? Where'd he go? What happened to Scott? But she's got on the Jean Grey wig, honey. She put a little lace tape on the front, honey. Had it stuck down to her forehead, girl. It was giving you realness. Gypsy was giving the girls realness. While they're masturbating, Gypsy is like, because Victor, Nicholas has somebody in his mind named Victor. And Gypsy's character with the red wig's name is Ruby. That's an old folks name. Ruby Dee and Icy Davis. Like, everybody I know personally, even though I didn't know Ruby Dee, but everybody I know personally named Ruby is at least 67 years old. Like, the girls are up there in age, no shade. It's just, I don't know. I know there's Ruby in Steven Universe, and I mean, her name is Ruby because she's a ruby. Like, all the rubies are rubies. They're gems. They're crystal gems. Anyway, so anyway, her character's name is Ruby, and I'm like, oh, little old black lady, but not. And Ruby is asking Victor, you know, what bad things would you do to the people who hurt me? And he's like, I would kill all the bad people that disrespect you. And she's like, would you kill, you know, my evil stepmother? And he's like, yeah, I guess so. And she puts the scissors up to her neck. It's like, would you stab her like this? And I'm like, oh, now this is the second time Gypsy Rose has made reference to slashing and stabbing her mother. And to this day, this very today, the day of now, I ain't never killed my mama. To this day, to May 18th, 2019, I ain't never killed my mama. I've known her since May 25th, 1994. I've known her since then. From then until now, I have never killed my mama. I've never even had the thought, like, you know, I could probably get away with killing my mama. I ain't never thought it. To this day. To this one. So I'm just so, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't. I'm unsure. I genuinely, because I have never killed my mama. Up till now. Continuing on. Anywho. So after they get through, you know, masturbating, I just, still, again, no, thank you. But after they get through, Nicholas comes back. Victor takes leave. And Nicholas comes back and he's like, do you think you could send me some things of Ruby? Who was that? It's just a man, wasn't it? It's just a man. He's right there. There. Who is he? Where's he going? And who is he looking for? All on my people's property. Opening the gate, closing the gate. Where are you going? See, I try not to be in my folks' business, but who is this man? I'm looking in the side mirror. I hope he ain't doing crime. But yeah, Nicholas asks Victor, Nicholas asks, oh, God help me. Nicholas asks Gypsy on behalf of Victor, can he have some of Ruby's items? It strained me. I almost had a stroke trying to get that out. And he's like, can I have those scissors? And she's like, I thought you would like that, Dad, or Daddy, or whatever she said. Girl, I was like, It's a no. Who is this man? He just got a box of things. Like, where's you going? Where? Who? I'm sorry to be so distracted, but he's so casual about this. I've never seen this man in my life. At some point while they were doing all that they were doing on this camera, Gypsy asks Nicholas, will you kill my mama, basically? And Nicholas is like, I won't, but don't ask Victor unless you're serious, because Victor will absolutely kill your mama without a shadow of a doubt. Just in no uncertain terms, Victor will kill your mother. I will have no hand in it. And I'm just like, Nicholas, you don't have multiple personalities, because you can't just say, okay, now I'm Victor and now you're Victor. That's not how they work. Victor has to go in and retreat and call Nicholas to the light, and they come on in and, hey, I'm Nicholas, how's it going? There's got to be a transitionary period. I can't just say all of a sudden, hey girls, I'm Michelob Ultra. I don't know where. I've never even had a Michelob Ultra. But I can't just say, be talking, hey, I'm Kayla, and then all of a sudden, yes, girl, I'm Michelob Ultra. Like, all of out of nowhere. That's not how it, I would have to just kind of shut down for a moment. Kayla would have to go to the bike, sit in her chair, and little Michelob, Mickey as we call her, would have to come to the front. It's just, you can't just say, whatever, girl. Anyway, so Victor will definitely kill the mother. So the seed is planted. And I'm like, it took y'all 2 years to come up with the plan to meet. And if after the plan to meet has been, in motion, now it's, well, let's kill my mama. Like, it took y'all that long to say, let's see each other face to face. And immediately, even before y'all see each other face to face, it's like, I think we're gonna kill my mama. Like, the progression of things, I'm just not living for it. I feel like I look a mess. Let's get over a little bit. I don't like when I'm leaning like this because I just look gelatinous, honey. You can't see my shape. I'm curvy and cute. Anyway, Girl, it is hot boots in this car, but we're under a tree, so it could be worse. Either Moo Moo or Boo Boo. He's just carrying these things to the trash can, like, okay. Either Moo Moo or Boo Boo, one of the guineas, honey, one of the Papa New guinea pigs, is out, just in the ground, in the living room, wandering around minding his business. Now, I don't know how y'all live y'all's lives, but when I lived right there at that house right there, just right that, yep, you can see it, her. When I lived there, now this is very flat lands. It's a little swampy area. You know, we've had snakes, turtles, probably alligator too. But it's a very flat land. So mice love to find their way. I know with a lot of homes that are wheelchair accessible, completely wheelchair accessible, they are very flat as well. This is why I'm making this point. When we lived at this house, for the 17 years that we lived in this house, we had rat poison. I had a hamster. I told her, hey sis, don't get out your cage, because she would try to escape, and I would always catch her. She'd be hanging by the bars, hanging out the what do you call the thing, the cage, and I'd be like, hey sis, don't, because you're gonna die. If you get out of here, you're gonna get into the rat poison, you're gonna die. She would try it, and I'd be like, Isabel, please, please. And one night, honey, she escaped while I was asleep. I got up in the morning, I was brushing my teeth in the bathroom, honey, and she ran across my toes. I said, whoa! You know, as you do when something runs across your toes while you're brushing your teeth. It was old Izzy. And I said, Izzy, rest in peace, daughter, because I don't know when you got out, but you all the way at the front of the house. And the front of the house to a hamster, in that house, the front of the house is like half a mile to a human. So to a hamster, she had taken a 7,000-mile journey. And she ate the rat poison, and God rest her, she was dead 2 days later. Dead. She never liked me. She was racist. You know, she was a light-skinned hamster. I'm a light-skinned girl. She ain't like us. She yelled. She squeaked at everybody light-skinned, but my mama, who is chocolate, she would be cool with her. My mama just be in there, hey, Izzy, how y'all doing? You know, having conversation. Izzy just in there like, you know, I like you. You my people. I'm like, girl, I'm your mama. I feed you. I bathe you. I don't bathe you. You know, you don't bathe hamsters. But I put the food in the thing so you can roll around and kick it and eat it and whatever. I put the water in the little water container. The point is, this guinea pig just crawling around this house like, y'all don't have no rat poison? Y'all not worried about it? If you're not worried about it, that's fine, I guess. So the guinea pig done got a splinter. Dee Dee picks it up. She's like, hey, guinea pig, where's your mama? I'm your mama now. I'm like, you can't just adopt somebody. You can't just adopt this girl's guinea pig. She done took the guinea pig. She her mama now. And she says, oh, you got a splinter. Well, we're going to get the splinter. You know, she has to nurse it back to health. It probably didn't even have a splinter. She probably put a splinter in there so she could take a splinter out. Because in the background, you can hear her saying, I have to hurt you to help you. And I'm like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm not sure. You just don't know with Dee Dee. At some point, you know, Gyp comes out, she rolls on out to her mother, and her mother's like, you deserve to be happy. Don't let anybody tell you you can't be happy. And I'm like, what a left field statement. But I guess it's showing like the juxtaposition of her being insane, criminally insane, harboring her daughter, holding her hostage, and not allowing her to be able to do any of the things that a normal person would be able to do. Have that juxtaposed up against her actually loving her daughter and encouraging her and, you know, all of that. Because we got a little bit of back and forth kind of all throughout the episode. But it just felt so out of place with her saying, you know, you can do anything you want to do. You can be anybody. Don't let nobody ever tell you you don't deserve happiness. And I'm like, you stealing her joy. Last episode, you filed for legal custody of this girl's joy. You had her sign over the joy. All rights to the joy now go to Dee Dee Blanchard. You made her sign the papers. Child. So they decide they're going to see Cinderella. I guess that was what the whole, you know, you deserve to be happy. So we're going to take a trip to see Cinderella, the new, you know, the live action when it came out. And Gypsy she's ecstatic. Not because of the movie, because again, the girl's 23 years old. She don't really care about Cinderella. Just like I didn't go see the movie because I'm not 11. I was, you know, 20. in 2015. Ugh. No, I was 19. Either way, I was a full-grown heifer. Full-grown. And not going to see Cinderella. But Gyp is just ecstatic. She's like, she sent Nicholas a new shirt, and she's like, okay, so we're going to get to the movie, and you're going to open the door for me, and you're going to say, a princess should never open her own door. And he's like, princess should never open the door? No, a princess should never open her own door. That's the important part, her own door. And he's like, princess shouldn't open doors. She's like, why don't you write it down? He's like, yeah, let me. A princess should never open her own. It's just like, Nicholas, come on, fire your synapses, honey. Let's figure out how to. Come on. Anyway, so they plan out this elaborate meeting. You know, get to the movie theater early so you can, you know, meet me. You know, we lock eyes. You open the door. You say no princess should ever open her own door. And you know, it'll be organic. It's like we're meeting for the first time, and my mom will have no choice but to like you then. And I'm just like, it won't work. It won't work. So anyway, they're getting ready to go to the movie. Gyp done put on just a black t-shirt and some jeans, honey. Just look, I'm a grown woman going to a child's movie. Let me put on a black t-shirt. Very much like I have on, except the t-shirt was all black. Black t-shirt and some jeans, like, period. But Dee Dee's like, oh, you don't want to wear the dress. And Gyp is like, all right, let me put this dress and this wig on, child. I was just gonna go with my bald head, my black t-shirt, and my jeans. But let me put the wig on. And so she puts the wig on and the dress, and she rolls on out there. They go to the movie. She looking all around. Nicholas is nowhere to be found. Nowhere. She's stalling. She's like, Mom, can we get a Dr. Pepper to share? And I'm like, Gypsy, you know you're allergic to sugar. What you need a Dr. Pepper to share? No, God. And that's basically what her mother says. No, it's far too much sugar. Can I just say, being from the South, hearing Southerners say sugar is my favorite. Sugar. I love it. I love us. For real, in the words of Monique. But, yeah, she was like, it's far too much sugar. And Gypsy's like, oh, well, I thought it was less sugar than a Coke. I'm sorry, I just assumed. Well, can I get a cup of water? I'm just so thirsty. And I'm like, you thirsty, all right. Mariah Carey's thirsty. Oh, you're thirsty. Oh, if you haven't heard the song, it's a bop. It's just a bop. She puts out bops. So her mother goes and gets the cup of water, and Nicholas walks in. I'm just like, here we go. He walks into the theater after they've already gotten in there and says, no princess should ever open her own door, don't you think? Hold on. All right, I'm back with my mama. Oh, girl, my hair. Wait, just keeping me prayed. Tell the Lord thank you for hair. Everybody don't have hair. You know, Big Ready just grabbed my ponytail and said, I'll allow it. Okay, thank you. It's on there now. I didn't grow it. That's funny. Where did I leave off, child? Y'all just gonna have to tell me. Holler it out and I remember.
Blue skies, yellow hair. You said yellowed out. I'm trying to figure out. Seagulls.
See, this is why I do videos alone. This is why. Let me see. I don't need your vanity in
my hair was folded back.
Is that inside or outside?
What's that?
It's inside.
Yeah, you want my shoe?
I have a shoe.
Oh Lord, mine comes out easier than yours. I just watched that when it gets in.
I mean, what was you gonna do if it was your shoe? Same thing.
You got to watch.
I was about to. You didn't even give me the opportunity. Ignorant, just ignorant. Anyway, so they at the movies.
Who are behind us?
Everybody and their mama and them. They at the movies, and they get ready to go in the movie. Now Dee Dee is already alarmed by Nicholas's presence because he's weird. And so he goes in and sits directly behind.
I know. I watched the outside today. Let me try the inside tomorrow.
I saw you vacuum the floors.
No, I did.
No.
I had a bird who had diarrhea, and it was too much happening.
Finish this video.
Okay, go ahead.
Talk about diarrhea all you need.
Yeah, it was the bird's problem.
How you know it was one bird?
Anyway, could have been a family. They may have had dinner together.
So he goes and sits directly behind Gypsy and Dee Dee. Well, directly behind Gypsy and Dee Dee's off to the side. before he even sat down, Gypsy was all turning around, and he was like, "What you turning around for?" She's just looking behind her and trying to find this boy. He comes, sits directly behind, and Dee Dee is like, and gets her chair and wheels her to the other side. So Nicholas gets up and moves to the other side, sits directly behind her, leans forward and says, "Hey." And Dee Dee was like, and gets her and moves her to another seat where there isn't, like, you can't sit behind him. So they're watching the movie. I guess Nicholas walked out the theater, and then all of a sudden Gypsy had to go to the bathroom. So she wheels herself on down to the handicap accessible bathroom. And first of all, our movie theater doesn't have a handicap accessible bathroom. All the bathrooms are just handicap accessible. It's not, not special.
Yeah.
Like a family and handicap.
In a lot of places, but not at the. I don't think there's one at the movies. So.
Which is what I said.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking about that. I went to a restaurant or two. Woo! Wow.
I said what I said, and I'm not changing. But yeah, there's a handicap accessible / family bathroom, which I feel like those are two different issues. But anyway, so she's on her way. She wheels on down to the handicap accessible bathroom and pulls on the door, and it's locked. And I'm like, okay, we'll find another bathroom, because I forgot about Nicholas. He opens the door, and they in there, and she's like, you know, hey, and he's like, hey, whatever. And then he says he wants to give her first kiss, and I was like, but she kissed Scott. She kissed Scott. Well, after she walked on down to the hospital.
These are secrets.
It feels more like a lie, but okay.
But I mean, he didn't know it.
What did they take that on?
What happened to the building? I wanted that building. Okay, go ahead. It's already got a hole in it.
Like, nothing you could do, no gasping and no screaming, no hysterics. Nothing would have saved it, because it's already in demolition.
It's got a hole in it.
I forgot where I was, because you went on your
Gypsy had lied to the boy about the first kiss.
So she gets up on her feet, and again, I was just like, what? Oh yeah, she ain't sick. Because you know, every single time I see her stand up on those feet, I'm jarred. I'm like, it's a miracle. Oh no, it's not. She fine. So she gets up on her feet and walks over and kisses him in the mouth. Again, this is like looking at my little sister, and I'm disturbed. And they escalate this kiss to sex, and I'm just like, here in the bathroom on the floor at the movies. Here in the bathroom on the floor at the movies. With the mama Dee Dee standing right outside the door, because she ain't got answer, because where's Jim? And she, for some reason, and I know this is fictionalized, we don't know if this actually happened, but she gets up and she walks out the theater and asks the man, have you seen the little girl in a wheelchair? And the man, like, yeah, she just went to the bathroom a couple minutes ago. And she walks all the way up to the bathroom door, where they in there, in the bathroom on the floor in the movies having sex. And she just stands outside the door for a moment, then she walks back. And I'm like, what? You done walked all the way out the movie. You may as well go and check on her now. It's weird.
You know, I'd have been.
Hey.
You alright in there? You stomach sick? What's wrong with you?
Well, you know, she already thinks Gypsy has to take a extra long time in the bathroom because she's handicapped. Even though the girl can just get up and pee and go on like the rest of us.
Girl, fine.
She's fine.
It's a wonder she fine, though.
Girl, as I've said in every video and every time I've ever talked about this, I never. But anyway, so they in there. In the floor, in the bathroom, in the movie, having sex. And then they through. So she puts her dress back on and goes Princess Cinderella dress, and goes on back into the movies, and they finish up the movie, and then Gypsy is just, after the movie, rolling out, oh, it was just the most romantic thing. Didn't you agree, Mom? Don't you think it was just the most romantic thing? I loved it. Did you love it as much as I did? I said, no, she didn't love it as much as you did.
You can do character voices.
I can do Gypsy Rose. That's all. I can do Gypsy Rose and Fantasia. That's it.
I'm trying to get a coin.
Then you can do character voices. You.
I've been singing. I sound like singers. My voice is low and deep and scratchy. I don't need you to fill in for me in the morning.
I won't. I mean, if that's your excuse. I've been singing as long as I've been
sing. Oh.
I don't know. Can I finish the review?
Okay.
Just say this is why I do videos alone.
I was going to give you the song list so you could go on in.
Mom, you get on my nerves. Spoken as Gypsy. Gypsy wanted to say that a bunch of times. She never did.
Yes, ma'am.
So anyway, child.
Yes, ma'am. You ain't black at all. Black children are like, wait a minute. What? Why are we doing that?
Black children are quicker to say yes, ma'am, than the white children. I don't know what you talk about.
If
my black mama would have been like, you need a feeding tube, I've just been like, oh, well, I guess I need a feeding tube. My black mama knows.
Well, I mean, after a while, when she figured it out.
So, girl, it's jumping over here. It's the weekend.
is the weekend, baby. Is he dancing?
Let him do his thing and I'll finish doing my thing.
Oh, they busy.
I just said that. Did.
I just, as I turn the corner.
So at some point, Gypsy asks Nicholas, was I good? And I was like, you just laid there, so I guess for a cadaver, you would like. She ain't do much. They was just laying on the floor in the bathroom at the movie. I just, you wasn't doing acrobatics. You wasn't doing tricks. Trick and Trina. Look back at you, wasn't doing nothing. Anyway, so after the movie, and Gypsy's like, oh, it's just the most romantic movie. Did you enjoy it, Mom? They get ready to go out the building. Nicholas takes it upon himself to run all the way back up to the door and try the princess should never open her own door line again. And I'm like, sir, no. Dee Dee is like, no. What is your name? What is your Gypsy? This is what a pedophile looks like. And I'm like, I don't blame her. He's creepy. Like, out of the context of them knowing each other and having set this up, if somebody was following my child around at the movie and
I was always locked and loaded.
Yeah, you wouldn't even let me go to the bathroom after he kept following me from seat to seat. You wouldn't let me go to the bathroom by myself.
Not if you were a child.
You probably wouldn't if I was an adult. Or you would have said, watch out for that man if you see something hollering, fighting, and he'll take this pepper spray and the taser. Like, you would have. But she goes on into, this is what a pedophile looks like and blah, blah, blah. And Gypsy's like, well, maybe he's nice. Like, let's talk to him and see if he's nice. And she's like, no. And I'm like, I can't even fault her for that. He's weird.
He's weird.
And
the hair ain't going.
And then she asked Jip if he she's ever seen that boy before, and she's like, who? What? Who? What boy? And then she's like, oh, the guy at the movies. No, I don't think so. Maybe we ran into him, but I don't know. And Dee Dee is like, I got your number, huzzy. Like Dionne Warwick said on The Apprentice that season, I got your number. Her voice is deep. You got your number, huzzy. And Nicholas takes it upon himself to call the house and say, hey girl, going with your daughter. We're going to have some babies and get married and things. And then Dee Dee ties her up. And you can go if you want to. I have problems. Don't let me hold you.
I don't want my auntie to be out here.
You
my auntie to be standing out here.
Yeah, don't let her. Let me see. So he calls the house and spills tea. Then Gypsy said, well, who's on the phone? And she's like, oh, nobody. Somebody trying to sell us something. And then she ties her up. And I'm like, why you didn't just tell her? Why you got to tie her after that? It was weird.
And she knew. She knew she was going. She put her arms up.
Yeah, she was like, all right, peaceful resistance. Go on, tie me up. Let me see. So then they get back on the phone call at the end of the night. And I'm like, where do Dee Dee be when they in that lab? She ain't got no headphones in. They just masturbating all that loud. Like, where do Dee Dee? I guess she takes her sleepy babies. And so they on the phone on the call. What do you call it? The Skype. And the girl is like, I need Victor. And then she says, Victor, will you please kill my mom? And I'm like, oh, to this day, I ain't never asked somebody to kill my mama for me. To this day, this one. So then they in the mall, and Gypsy once again has to go to the bathroom. So she's on her way to the bathroom, and she gets on the elevator, goes downstairs, goes to the hunting store, and it's like, I need to pick up a knife. My dad's birthday is coming up, and he likes to hunt. And what kind of knife can I get to hunt big, to cut big deer? And the man is going through all of this, and yeah, you get this and you get that, and you can get the one, penetrates, and the other one, it doesn't, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, I think I need the penetrating one, because it was for the very large deer. Because we all know, I know Patricia Arquette ain't selling it, but the real Dee Dee Blanchard was a hefty girl. Time is running short, so she says that she'll just take the fishing knife. He's like, that's a fishing knife. She's like, oh, he fishes too. I'm just like, girl, why you ain't just come in and say, I want that knife? You done went through all of this. Dee Dee's feet, I heard, and I forgot to tell you. And I told y'all last episode, we got to cut off them feet. The diabetes done ate your feet. We got to get rid of them feet. So as she is planning her escape back to her mama, she sees a stuffed bunny. And when her mama comes down to find her, because she's not in the bathroom, she sees Gypsy kind of rolling past the stuffed animal, like, what do you call, what's the word? It starts with a V. I can't think of it right now. it's kiosk. Kiosk doesn't start with a V. Where am I going? Whatever. And she's like, Gypsy, you scared me half to death. And she snatches the bag. And, you know, the writers want you to think that the knife is going to be in there. But we've been watching long enough to know that it's a fake out. And she opens the bag and it's the little stuffed bunny. And Gypsy's like, oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I just saw it when we came in. And it made me think of us. And Dee Dee's like, oh, I love it. But you scared me half to death. Don't ever. Don't ever. Let me see. So then they back on the Skype, honey. And they talking about tomorrow night we'll kill your mama. I'm like, oof. He asks, is your mama a light sleeper? I'm like, oof. Oof. We gonna kill? I've yet to kill my mama. I really have not. Y'all just saw her living, alive. At some point, girl, Gypsy's going to cut Dee Dee's diabetic toenails. And I make a point to say diabetic toenails because people with diabetes, their nails grow real. Y'all know I went to beauty school and all of that. And folks with diabetes nails grow so thick. The nail is the same thickness as the toe, and I just never. So she in there trying to struggle to cut her mama's toenails. She's up on her feet, and Dee Dee's like, Gypsy, get in your chair. Somebody may see you. She's like, no one sees, Mom. Because you already done put wax paper over the window. Who gonna see? Who? At some point, Gypsy says, I think you were right about the feeding tube. So they go to the doctor and get the feeding tube changed out. You know, I was looking like this. And Dee Dee says at the doctor's office, I think I owe you an apology. And we think, oh, she's going to apologize for acting crazy. And she's like, at the movies. And we're like, oh, she's going to apologize for being rude to the creepy man, which is weird from her standpoint. But, you know, this is what Gypsy's thinking. At the movies, you asked for a Dr. Pepper, and I should have let you have a sip. And I'm just like, girl, this Dr. Pepper apology. No, God. Then we see her getting ready for bed. Everybody's getting in bed, and Gypsy texts Nicholas and says, text me when you're outside with the gloves on. She got to remind him, put them gloves on. Now we don't need fingerprinting and all with the gloves on. So the last thing we see is him texting her saying, I'm here. So we know what's coming next. Dee Dee gonna die. R.I.P. to Dee Dee. Let me go in here. I'm hungry. We at the Texas Roadhouse. I got to give me some rolls and butter. So God bless y'all. I hope y'all enjoy. I'll be in for the next 3 eventually, girl. Sometime this week I plan to finish up this series. But until then, peace.